This is the Transformers from the movie Transformers Rise of the Beasts. We have Voyager class Rhinox. I picked up this figure from my local Toys R Us store out here in Manila for a whopping $55. Unbelievable. I mean, the figure looks okay, at least in packaging. I really hope this figure does not disappoint. I mean, at $55 for a Voyager class figure, that I remember just last year, $55 was leader class, right? This officially makes the Philippines the most expensive place to buy Hasbro products right now. I kid you not. Let's get this guy out of packaging. And here is Voyager class Rhinox out of the box. And man, it's a little of a mixed bag for me. I don't know. I was really expecting a lot from this figure. And there are some good qualities, definitely, but there are a few things that I thought they could have improved. They could have done better. I honestly thought it would be just as amazing as the Voyager class Primal, but sadly, this thing falls short of my expectations. But let's take a closer look at the details of this Voyager class Rhinox. Head to toe, the figure stands at about 16.5 centimeters tall, or about 6 3/8 inches tall. For comparisons, here he is with fellow Voyager class Optimus Primal from the Rise of the Beasts line, and Kingdom Voyager class Rhinox. So he's pretty chunky. He looks heftier than Optimus Prime, despite being exactly the same height. He's obviously much smaller than Kingdom Rhinox, but you get to see where the inspiration comes from. Now, looking at this figure at face value, he kind of reminds me of a Rock Lord. The plastic is done in this cappuccino buttercream brown, and I don't know what to make of it. It should have been more gray than brown, I think, but the way it looks, he looks like a Rock Lord. He would transform into a boulder, a cappuccino buttercream colored boulder. I do love the silver highlights that they put on him. It's akin to what they did with Primal. It's metallic, it's really premium finish, but I just feel that they could have done more paint apps with this figure just to cover up that Rock Lord look. It feels like you need a little bit more highlights here and there. The head sculpt is painted beautifully though. You got that silver face, you got those green eyes, but then there's a lot of paint apps missing here and there. Now, given the fact that this is a Voyager class figure in the main line that is priced exactly like a Voyager class Studio Series figure, I would have wanted some more paint apps. And I think they'd have less paint on this guy than Primal, because Primal just seems, it has enough. Although it could use some more, but this one could really, really use some more. Sculpting on the figure is actually great. I do like it. But let's go back to the comparisons. You can see right here that his guns are obviously bigger than the Kingdom Rhinox, which, I mean, these would actually look really nice on this figure. I think that was intentional. I think they really tried to make up for these tiny guns with these bigger guns. So that's interesting. That's a plus for this figure. If you want to see the other mainline Rhinox, Battle Changer Rhinox right here. And obviously, I do like his design more, but I think this guy looks more like how he would look like in the movie. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see, but had they painted this better, I think this is a better looking Rhinox. He just kind of looks so goofy with that head sculpt. He looked like a Rock Lord, And then if you wanted to see how he is with his testicle gun. I mean, the Rhinox gun. Here he is with the Battle Master Rhinox. And the brown on this one actually looks a lot better. It's chocolate brown, bordering on grayish brown. I think that should have been the color instead of cappuccino buttercream. And here he is with the rest of the squad, the Maximal squad. We got Air Razor and Cheetor from the main line. Let's just talk about a few more details of the figure. The guns, they actually do spin, which is actually pretty cool. There's no way to store it in robot mode, except here on his shoulders. You could do that if you wanted to, but you don't have to. This horn right here on his left shoulder, the instructions tell you to plug it there, and honestly, you don't need to. You could just keep it plugged in here on the Rhino head. And I do understand why they made this a separate piece. It's so they could paint it in this metallic bronze paint application, so it doesn't mar or smudge all over the Rhino head. So that's fine. That's a good touch. But don't really feel you need to detach it and move it here. It'll look fine on his back. It actually gives him more character. This is something you could easily lose if you transport this figure one too often. Maybe super glue it, I think, if you're not planning on selling this figure anytime soon. So yeah, articulation for the figure. He's got a swivel neck, swivel waist. The shoulders have several joints. Move the arms sidewards like this. You can swivel like this. Kind of a weird joint, but mainly because of transformation. He's got I guess an elbow swivel as well as an elbow hinge. Wrists can go in and out because of transformation. You can do the splits because the hips have hinge joints and swivel joints right here for forward and backward kicks. Thigh swivel, hinge knees, and the feet have the rocker tilt and a little bit of a toe articulation because of transformation. Let's get this guy into his beast mode or his Rhino mode. Okay, so put the weapons off to the side, attach the backpack and move it up, fold it out like this, and like that. They'll stay right there. Just keep it like that. Okay, the arms, might as well go ahead and fold the fists inward and then line up the feet so that they're facing the correct position. Okay, and then what you want to do is you want to swivel the arms this way. And here's the tricky bit. There's another swivel panel right here, much like Studio Series Cup's shoulder, but it's a little bigger. And man, I hate this. This is one of those transformation bits that I hate. I hated it when they had it with Cup, and I still hate it here because these things tend to break or it's just cumbersome to do. I honestly don't like that. But anyway, you have to do that so that when you tab the Rhino head in, it just covers up. You can cover up that gap right there. There's a huge gap from the back to the shoulders. So yeah, it is annoying, but you know, what can you do? Oh, rotate the head sculpt like that. So yeah, it's better. And then you can move the mouth open like that. We'll talk about that later. Okay, so that's half of the Rhino done. Okay, now the hard part. Admittedly, the transformation on this one is a lot simpler, a lot easier than Kingdom Rhino, which was really, really torture. But anyway, transform it like this, rotate, and then rotate the waist. Okay, open up these panels right here. Go ahead and fold the toes, fold them like this, open up these back panels like that, open up the Rhino feet. Now the instructions don't tell you to do this, they just tell you to fold everything up like that. What you need to do is you need to fold the knees like this and like this. So like this and then like this, okay? And then fold these panels like this. Okay, and you can already see where this thing is going. You want to tab these leg pieces together. Go ahead and fold the entire leg assembly and tab it onto the back part, like that. Okay, and then finally, all that's left is to close the doors. I call them doors. They're like car doors because he's such a square Rhino. Look at that. Cybernetic Rhino. He's literally a block. Right? So essentially that's it. That is transformation into his Rhino mode. He's so squarish right here, but the good thing about it is it's not as horrible as transforming Kingdom Voyager Rhinox, right? And then these things, I honestly expected it to just combine and fold somewhere, tuck them right here, much like Kingdom Rhinox, but they didn't have space. I don't know, they didn't have budget to do that. So the only way to store them is, as the instructions say, like that, which is cool. I mean, for a main line, but like I said, it's priced like a Studio Series. So why don't you go all the way? Because there's a ton of space right there. You could literally fit it in. You could have carved out a little bit more space for the blades, and no idea why I didn't do that. Budget constraints, Okay, I get it. I'm sick and tired of hearing budget constraints, but okay. And then here we go again with the color of the Rhino mode. You can see some highlights right here, like this chain. I thought that was pretty cool. I love these details here and there, cybernetic details. But like I said, they could have added more paint right here. That would have made this alt mode pop despite being a block. You can see the tail sculpted in right there. So just a lot of missing paint apps, which I think they could have squeezed a little bit more budget. Like more of this paint actually would have made this thing pop. And I'm pretty sure Takara Tomy down the line is going to re-release this as a premium finish. Definitely. Because it feels like it's a beta version, just missing some paint apps. Now, if you wanted to see if the Primal can ride him, well, yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah. There you go. Giddy up, Rhino. And it actually looks good. Pretty cool looking. For comparison, in Beast mode, here he is with fellow Voyager class Optimus Primal. Here he is with Kingdom Voyager class Rhinox. And here he is with other mainline Rhinox figures from Rise of the Beasts. We have the Battle Master Rhinox as well as the Battle Changers Rhinox. Some final thoughts on this Rise of the Beasts Voyager class Rhinox. Albeit a little disappointing in some areas here and there, I think it's still a pretty solid figure. It's a good enough representation of a live action Beast Wars Rhinox. But I'm still hoping they can do a better job with this character. And maybe, I'm not sure if we're going to get a Studio Series version, but I'm hoping we do. Because those three other Maximals, they were actually pretty good figures in this line. This Rhinox just falls a little short of expectations. It's a shame. They could have done so much more with it. But like I said, it's still a good enough effort. It's still a solid figure. It's going to get an 8.5 out of 10. Now, do you need it? If you're not that big of a Rhinox fan, or any of these other characters for the live action, you're happy with your Kingdom figures, you don't really need to. Out of all the four, I think the best is still Optimus Primal. If you have to get just one of these mainline Maximals, you got to get that Optimus Primal. And then maybe Air Razor, and then Cheetor, and then last Rhinox. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this Transformers Rise of the Beasts Voyager class Rhinox. Hit that notification bell so you never miss out on any of my latest video reviews. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.